Sir, with your permission, I would like to start the session.
Yes, please go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Today's esteemed guest, Honorable Dr. T.B. Kattimani, Vice Chancellor, Central Tribal University of Andhra Pradesh. Honorable Dr. Vivek Sahuji, sir, Vice Chancellor, Bharati Vidyapeeth Deemed to be University, Pune. Esteemed principals and directors, faculty members, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to one and all. On behalf of Bharati Vidyapeeth Deemed to be University, I, Dr. Rajita Dikshit, extend you a warm welcome to this UGC lecture series on Bharat Lokatantra ki Janani, India.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Sir, YouTube on हो गया.
दोनों तरफ it was going on at the YouTube as well. उनको थोड़ा apologize करने के लिए बोलो and
You do the apology.
Sorry for the interruption. I, Dr. Rajita Dikshit, extend you a warm welcome to this UGC lecture series on Bharat Loktantra ki Janani, India, the mother of democracy. The topic for today's lecture is Tribal Traditions and Governance, the Way of Democracy, with special reference to Chota Nagpur Plateau. The idea of Bharat needs to be cherished as there are millions and millions of Indians across the globe since times immemorial. It is so because Bharat and its Lokatantra have influenced as well as confluenced civilizations across the world. It made the world to know that the Lok and its Tantra are very symbiotic and complement each other to grant good governance. It is from this land of Bharat that the spontaneous culture of serving the masses has made its origin. India, to the great surprise of the world, with all its multiple plurality, is today the world's largest successful working democracy because Indian people, infused with the spirit of equality, have had since the very Vedic times a Lokatantrika Parampara. And today's lecture is based on the same concept. Now, I take the privilege to introduce our esteemed guest, Dr. Kattimani. Professor T.B. Kattimani is an educationist, creative writer, translator, and thinker. As a translator, he has worked with several languages like Kannada, Hindi, Gujarati, and English, and studied composite cultures of India and their pan-Indianness represented through different Indian languages. Professor Kattimani currently serves as the first Vice Chancellor of the Central Tribal University of Andhra Pradesh, and he was formerly the Vice Chancellor of Indira Gandhi National Tribal University, MP. He is a member of the National Steering Committee for the New Education Policy of India. As an educationist, he has focused on tribal India and education for the tribal and deprived youth. We once again welcome you, sir. Now I request our Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Sahuji, sir, to deliver the welcome address. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon to all. Honorable Vice Chancellor of the Tribal University of Telangana, Dr. T.V. Kattimani, sir. My esteemed colleagues in the university, faculty members, students, friends, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I welcome you for this very important series of lectures initiated by the UGC on this again, very important topic of India, the mother of democracy. We're going to have a series of lectures on this theme, and it is very important to know the rich traditions and the cultural heritage we have inherited from our motherland, and knowing about it and passing it on to the generations down is the noblest of the thing. Uh, Many of our students, younger generation, maybe even some faculty members are unaware of this rich tradition and the cultural ethos, how we have evolved as a country over the centuries. And it is a time that we revisit it, not just revisit it, adopt some of the good strategies from the good old tradition to make our lives better and to be the leader of the world in this area. So it is very apt and pertinent to have these lecture series, and I must appreciate and thank the University Grants Commission for giving us an opportunity to host this lecture. And then again, who better than Professor Dr. T.V. Kattimani to deliver this lecture? I had a good fortune to know him earlier, and he is a educationist to the core and fully grounded with the realities of our uh, vast country with its very varied spectrum, from the most underprivileged to the elitist of the people. He has he has a wide experience of working with them, and he is a very erudite speaker, a wonderful orator, a writer par excellence, and there are many attributes to him. And we are really fortunate to have a speaker of this eminence, and we're really fortunate. Sir, if I may take a couple of minutes for sharing a few things about Bharati Vidyapit. Bharati Vidyapit University, or Bharati Vidyapit, was started way back in 1964 by late Dr. Patangrao Kadam, with a few schools and then colleges. And today, Bharati Vidyapit is an educational conglomerate of around 290 educational institutes imparting quality education from pre-primary to postdoctoral levels. 29 institutes of Bharati Vidyapit in the year 1996 in a series way, initially 9 institutes, subsequently another 3, and over a period of time, 29 institutes of Bharati Vidyapit have been accorded the deemed to be university status by the UGC, and we are probably one of the largest deemed to be universities in the country. We are truly multi-faculty, multidisciplinary university, though we are deemed to be university, and a lot of good work is happening in the university across the specialties, from health sciences to technology to management to law, social sciences, humanities, and alike, performing arts. So almost all the faculties in education are under the ambit of the deemed university, and almost about 20,000 plus students are studying in the various faculties. There are about 1,600 faculties, and a lot of good work is happening. And I'm sure now these lectures, these will add a different dimension to the educational aspect, because traditionally, I think education, we are restricted to the classroom, we are restricting it to the books, we are restricting it to the syllabus. But the students as well as the faculty needs to have a broader view of what we are, where have we come from, and what is the way forward. So I think in that context, I'm sure this lecture will give us the insights, and on a very important topic which you're going to elaborate. So I once again welcome you, and we are very eager to listen on this important topic. So once again, I thank you and welcome you for this UGC lecture series. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Savji sir. Now I request Professor Kattimani sir to take over the session.
Good evening to all. Namaste. Thank you, Vice Chancellor sir, for a wonderful introduction of Bharati Vidyapeeth. Yes, it's a good old institution and having largest number of students along with her, as well as the quality of education, quality of teaching and training in the institute is with par excellence. I know many students of your institution I met, and maybe one or two have joined in Amarakantak from Bharati Vidyapeeth.
Okay.
I know one boy is from Pune, another is from rural Pune, mostly near Chinchwad.
Okay.
I remember both are students of Bharati Vidyapeeth. It's my pleasure, sir, to meet you all, talk to you, because I worked with central universities. Fund is not a problem, and at the same time, students automatically they will come. We never bother about the students and the fund and the construction, this, that. The difficulty of private universities to build them and to make them happen, it is the greatest task. While discussing in NEP 2020, in fact, I have taken a lead that the private partners should be taken into account. We should not treat them untouchables, and because I have data with particularly with Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Odisha, where tribal communities are there. There more than students who are studying in higher education in government sector, more than that, tribal students are studying in private sector also. So this is the high time we should consider, and as private sector as our partners, and we should go together. This was the idea behind NEP 2020, that NEP should consider private institutions as our partners.
Right. Yes.
So I have a great respect towards private institutions who are extremely doing well.
Thank you, sir, for the encouragement. We really appreciate that, and we need more of it, because many a times private universities are looked in a different with a different lens.
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So the idea of India as a Bharat ki Janani, 6 months before, Government of India made a small committee to work on new Parliament House. So how to make it interiors, this, that. It's my fortune I was part of that. I am part of that committee. There we started talking, I started talking that Basaveshwara should be part of, this new Parliament House. Ambedkar should be part of this new Parliament House. Then, tribal heroes, tribal leaders, tribal, culture should come, painting should come. Then the idea started that, yes, then we should go for one publication at least on the strengths of India.
Okay.
So the strength of India, that is, first book has been published by in the editorship of Sachidanand Joshi, and I'm unable to remember another one, a great leader, that soft power of India.
Okay.
First book is published. There I wrote one big article on tribal paintings
Okay.
tribal paintings, music, art, culture, and musical instruments. A second book in the series, it is India, the mother of democracy. Here I have written this article, Tribal Traditions and Governance, the Way of Democracy. Special reference to Chota Nagpur Plateau, because we tribal experts, tribal students, tribal scholars, we believe that Chota Nagpur Plateau, that is now was earlier part of larger Bihar, now part of Jharkhand. Thickest forest even today, and Britishers considered their concentration to cut the forest, oldest forest, and they exported to their own mother country, and they built many royal buildings. That way, even though they were in Bengal, started their journey from Bengal and Jharkhand, they are not so far away. They started working on, and while by seeing their diaries, notes and files, we can see that they were talking to each officers that here democracy is there. They were talking there exactly it is democracy, and even though tribes, we are thinking they are not studied, but they have their own knowledge system. They have their own process of administration. Women have been given the proper share of their even property, even administration, even taking a decision at home and outside the home. Gram Sabhas are regularly being conducted, and even the Mukhya, the leader of the village, the position of leadership is hereditary, but she can't take a decision without consulting a group of people who will be always assisting him. The assisting group also there. So this is how these are the some remarks. Latest books they have come. Participation of tribes participation in freedom movement. Now, latest research is in the year 1833, the first freedom movement was started by tribes in Jharkhand area.
Okay.
So the idea of Bharat, the idea of democracy in Bharat, it's very it has its deepest roots. Unfortunately, before independence, the English were there. After independence, the colonial hangover never allowed us to work on our roots. Now the time has come that yes, we should work on. When the discussion started in ICHR, Indian Council of Historical Research, then I quoted the word of Dr. Jaipal Singh Munda, who was member of Constituent Assembly. You will be happy to know, the House will be happy to know, Jaipal Singh Munda was a great writer, historian, advocate,
Okay.
and at the same time, he was a hockey player. The Berlin Olympics, we won, hockey gold medal. That the team was led by Jaipal Singh Munda. So in Amarkantak, I made a big indoor and outdoor complex. Our university called that complex Dr. Jaipal Singh Munda Sports Complex. So even today, the House will be happy to know. Now in sports, especially in hockey, India is leading, and maximum sports persons, even women hockey and giants hockey, will be from Jharkhand, next from Odisha. Next from Odisha, again tribes. This is how tribes are, playing a very important role in the development of our motherland. At the same time, since beginning, you might have visited many people Jharkhand. In front of the village there will be a Pattal Gadi. It is called Pattal Gadi, a plaque, a big plaque where they will write. They have written the rules and regulations of their villages. And now my university, especially my team, we are working on the roots of Pattal Gadi. Why they, further came and declared that government servants should not enter into our villages without prior permission. These are the rules, and government of Jharkhand, they have accepted their conditions. So many more issues are there, especially women participation. Many people we know, we have visited, tribal women always there in a position to take proper decisions in home and out of home, inside the home and outside the home. They are in a position to take decisions. When I was in Amarkantak, we have worked with 100 Gram Panchayat Sarpans of ladies, and all 100 people, women are par excellence in administration, and zero corruption. At the same time, their sanitation idea, water resources idea, maintaining of water resources, maintaining public health as well as public properties, maintaining temples of other communities, other religions. They are so acute and wonderfully they have maintained, and we prepared a book on these 100 tribal panchayat leaders.
Okay.
We tried to make it international event. We could not make it, but we have gathered attention of scholars from other countries, researchers on other countries who now started working on Pattal Gadi movement and women movement like that. With this backdrop, I will read my article, some part, and some part I will talk, and hopefully we can have some part of discussion.
Sure.
On your inputs. Thank you. Governance refers to various social systems through which coordination between human and society is established. It teaches discipline and social behavior to human life and distinguishes it from other living beings on the earth. It is a mechanism to live life. See, it is a mechanism to live life. At the same time, it is a mechanism to, an option to live others also. We should give a chance to lead people their own life also, to maintain certain civil codes and perform various social practices to regulate value-based harmonious living style. Living style. Democracy is the foremost approach to avail self-governance. Autonomous government, self-governance are the core areas of tribal world. Hello.
1 minute, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. We are seeing you and hearing you, sir.
Okay, something is wrong with this.
No, somebody is again, as registrar sir in the beginning said, please don't share. Somebody just inadvertently share the screen, and then I think that screen pops up.
All right. A democracy encompasses modern understanding of liberty, equality, and fraternity, as well as equal distribution of justice, resources, dignity, and opportunity. The tribal society, which is often said to be the simplest form of society, is a mere example of such democratic traits. Tribes by their nature are self-autonomous. Here I use they are self-autonomous. It is again another big study.
Yeah, somebody is unfortunately now
Yeah,
it's solved.
now it is solved. Now it is solved. Now it is solved.
Okay. Tribes are self-autonomous, self-disciplined, self-democratic, and they have a great belief on respecting others' rights, including tigers, elephants, lions, creatures, honeybee. Their rights also they respect. Now one colonial police superintendent diary is published on tribes of the wisdom of tribes of central India, where he has written one experience of a tribe. He knows one trick. If he draw a line, between the line, who will be there? Maybe a tiger. It is not possible to come out from that line. It is called Lakshmana Rekha. It is called Lakshmana Rekha. And he has seen with the help of the person, in between the line, circle, the tiger was there. While coming back from the thick forest, the tribe told to the police officer, I should go and withdraw the limitation. Otherwise, tiger will die inside the line.
Oh my God.
It is there. Some people are there in Dindori district of Madhya Pradesh. I had a fortune to meet, talk, and even I spent very good time, weeks together. I traveled with them in the forest, in the jungle, with the people. So my one book in my mother tongue I have published. Now it is coming in Marathi and as well as many Indian languages. Okay, I will move. They have their own identified territories, code of conducts, food habits and norms, cultural and religious beliefs, which are purely inspired by nature and natural laws. See, try to understand their laws drawn by nature, their customs made by the laws of the nature and natural laws. What is that natural laws? When tiger is coming in front of you, you should not go in front of tiger. The tribal ethos says you should avoid the territory of the tiger, the way of the tiger, and you should not, the tiger should not see you, and you somewhere away from her or his way, or you can climb a tree. Tiger will not disturb you. This is how when BR Hills of Mysore was declared 10 years before that it is a reserve forest and tribe should go out of that. Then along with some environmentalists and retired forest officers, I staged dharna there. I fought with the government saying that tigers, BR Hills is a tiger reservoir in Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, between Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Karnataka. Tigers and tribes, they have a wonderful life of living together. Please leave them to lead their life. So now they have allowed maybe around 120 hamlets are there in the tiger reservoir, and they are leading their life. Their schools are going, cultivation is going, horticulture is going, homestays are going. Tigers also they are leading a beautiful life. Chota Nagpur region, which is a plateau region in the heart of the country, is the habitat of various indigenous tribes like I have taken 4 major tribes: Munda, Ho, Oran, and Birho. Each one of them have their own age-old customaries and certain way of life. In case of Mundas and Orans, though the heads known as monkey, it is Munda system. In Munda system, the village leader is called as monkey, Pradhan. Is hereditary in nature. Still, their duties are implied with the approval of entire community and village. Hence, their system of governance can be denoted as a blend of democracy and oligarchy, where the ruling system is controlled by a small group of people. Accordingly, their various ways of lifestyle and governance often decides their scale of development. For example, while the Orans are one of the groups which is more advanced than its counterparts due to the spread of modern education, the Birho are the hunter-gatherer. Major tribes in India, they are hunters and forest gatherers. Their food depends upon their hunting, gathering depends upon their economy depends upon gathering of minor forest products. Thanks to India government, with great fight, consideration, consultations, they have allowed tribes to gather 24 items of minor forest products. When Modi ji, Nirmala Sitaraman became finance minister, her first budget, she enhanced this to 50 number of items. It was 24, another 26 were included. As Vice Chancellor of Amarantak, we have identified 26 other minor forest produces and submitted the government of India. Out of 26, they have accepted 26. They are taken from northeastern states. So now the tribal economy depends upon the minor forest products which are in number, that is trees, gum, honey, and fruits, leaves, medicinal plants, many herbs, roots, like that. Some roots are only seasonal. In rainy season, they will we can see their creepers, and again in summer they will disappear. At the time of summer, tribes have a knowledge system. They will identify without upper any significancy. They will identify only with smell, and they will dig it up. While digging, they will not dig the root. See, their science and their democracy, they will dig, but they will not dig mother root. They will dig the children roots, so that the plant will flourish in the rainy season again. This paper aims to find out the answers to the following assertions regarding the tribes and their self-governance. One, to find out the system of self-governance among the tribes and its reflection on their behavior and culture. Two, why tribals defy the modern approach of democracy and development. Third one, how the existing self-governance system can support better living conditions for the tribal communities. Very Elvin, lived in Madhya Pradesh. His younger days he has spent in Madhya Pradesh, where tribal university has come up. Maybe 30-40 kilometers he lived. His some first wife families, they are there. I had a pleasure to meet his family members, and they were in utter poverty. I know I have taken one girl from the family, and she was a graduate, and our university has given opportunity to serve in our university. Now she is permanent, and she's in an officer position. This is how he said. Concept of noble savage is important in this regard. He mentions that the tribe live an uncorrupted life of nature, uncorrupted, life of nature. They sacrifice for the corrupted life of the civilized one. What is corrupt life? What is uncorrupted life? You can understand. Tribes even today leading uncorrupted life. We are all leading corrupted life. It's so simple. I may be a tribe, or I may be a tribal expert, but I am part of the society where uncorrupted practices, corrupted practices always there. Uncorrupt life is not there. But how it is corrupt and uncorrupt, we can say. Tribes never bother about deposits. They catch fish for today only. They never catch fish for tomorrow. Their belief is, because I have only one fish or two fish or four fish in my pot. Rest, there may be bigger fish, good fish, but rest they belongs to some other people who are here, who are habitants of this area. Aparigraha in Jain religion, there is a wonderful word. Without referring aparigraha, I won't complete my lecture or writing. Actually, now my team is researching on, is it aparigraha origin from Jainism, or Jainism have adopted from Buddhist cult, much earlier religion. And we all know the August House, definitely that Buddha's mother was a tribal lady. So aparigraha was part of Buddha, part of Mahavira, and part of even today it is practiced by tribal people.
Okay.
They never believe sangraha, collection or deposit. So natural depositories are available even today only in tribal habitat. This is the concept of uncorrupted living system of tribes. Tribal autonomy can develop life support system. Tribes all over the world have been elevated on a pedestal for their ecological sensitivity. The situation is ironical, as the tribes were considered as primitive, native, inferior, and incapable of cultured existence owing to their proximity to nature, or at present exemplars of human nature and coexistence. See, incapable of cultured existence, there is a famous word in at least pan-Indian nature. They are jungly, tribes are jungly. Or sometimes even in Marathi, वो गंवार है, गांव वालों को usually we say वो गंवार है. Actually, according to being a student of linguistics and languages, gawar or jungli means it is pure.
Okay.
Honest. Pure, honest, hardworking, and self-sufficient.
Okay.
So I wrote my experience and experiments of Amarkantak in my mother tongue. Jangli Kulapati ki Jangi Katha. Now it has been translated into Marathi. Now it is coming. The publisher is from Pune itself. So the tribes and their self-governance system is based upon the concept of peaceful coexistence. See, coexistence, not only coexistence, peaceful coexistence. How peaceful coexist? We can write a major book, main book on peaceful coexistence of tribal communities. In Manipur, I worked for some years in Manipur tribal people. Kukis and Nagas, always they fight each other. That is only political, social. In living in a village, I have taken a model of one village where there were four tribes were there, 2 tribes from Kukis, 2 tribes from Nagas. They have different 4 languages, 4 cultures, 4 customs, 4 food habits, 4 churches or temples. But when they meet, they have a common language, they have made it. Out of 4 languages, they have created one common language where they can meet. All village common festivals, they will decide, 4 tribal communities will sit and decide. For example, they have, each community will send 2 people. Out of 2, 1 will be women. 4 men and 4 women will decide when festivals will be celebrated and when common fishing of the pond of the village, when it should be taken. These things will be decided by them. So it is peaceful coexistence. Peaceful coexistence is tigers and tribes, elephants and tribes in Bandipur, that is Nilgiri Hills. Even today we can see tribes and it is a elephant forest. Forests, tribes and elephants are coexisting. There are no gender division, and the coexistence between men and women are inseparable. In tribes, men are the guardian of family to safeguard them from the external world, whereas the autonomy of women is very crucial in the household, as they are the primary decision maker in the family and manages the economic and social relations of the family in and out. Though they generally don't participate in the political meetings, women participate in the political meetings organized by the community chiefs. Still, they have the right to convey their opinion through the male members of the family. The women in these societies are mainly dependent on forests of collection of food and wood. But in the recent time, there has been a regular intervention of conservationists and environmentalists in the forests. The new forest laws and poor implementation of Forest Rights Act, FRA, somehow also deny the access of tribes in the heart of the forest, which is actually a home for them. It is creating livelihood insecurity among them, as well as also affecting their nutritional aspects. They are suffering from malnutrition. Tribes in the whole, India, pan-Indian context, they are, especially women are suffering from, children and women are suffering from malnutrition. Government is trying to do in a bigger way, spending thousands of crores of rupees, but there is no improvement in their health, because the root cause is, one Khaka committee has given the report. They should be allowed to gather their food from forest, because their DNA is not with white rice. Their DNA is not happy with white rice or dal, which we are providing, tor dal, which we are providing. Their food habits is meat, their food habits is roots, their food habit is variety of fruits. variety of fruits, variety of leaves, variety of bark, and many more things, many more things. They love to eat kanguni, foxtail in English. They love to eat bajra. They love to eat ragi, and they love to eat another millets, which are plenty in their areas. These millets need not to have cultivation, and they need very simple water. A liter of water or 10 liter of water, it is sufficient for their cultivation. So these aspects, we are in our economy and society in a mode of more, need more.
Yes.
We need more. We need to grow more, and we have to collect more. We have to live more luxurious. So more and more. And here there is no space for more in tribal dictionary and tribal life and tribal values. I referred Khaka committee report, which was done in the 2014. Yesterday, I was there in Delhi in a seminar. I met Khaka and I told him tomorrow I'm going to talk on tribal governance, and I will. I have taken more, examples from your report. He was a sociology professor in Delhi University, headed Guwahati chapter of TIS, and now he is settled in Guwahati only.
Okay.
The situation can be elaborated with the example of Birhot tribe of Jotanakpur Plateau. After the execution of FRA, the tribe has been allotted new land for settlement, which are mainly agricultural land. This is the pan-Indian problem. Even in coastal Karnataka, there is one Koraga tribe, diminishing tribe. Many tribes population is coming down. In central India, another one biggest tribe, their number is coming down. Koraga community, they are coming down. In Kerala, their particular tribe number is coming down because they are suffering from, since you have medical college PCSA, the many doctors might have joined. They are major tribal disease is now in India is sickle cell anemia.
Yes. Yes.
Sickle cell anemia. When I traveled with President of India twice to other countries, I tried to convince the Nobel Medical Board to collaboratively we can work on sickle cell anemia. You will be happy to know when I referred and given them material regarding this, the team came to Madhya Pradesh, our university, and they made it. And with the collaboration with ICMR, now Nobel Medical Board is working on sickle cell anemia. Till now, we are in a position not to have medicine on that. Only supporting we are making these things. Birhor is a non-agricultural tribe. See, many tribals are non-agricultural tribe. Korga is a non-agricultural tribe, and Birhor is a non-agricultural tribe. Now government has decided come out of forest and we will give you land at the top of the hill where there is no water, where they can't take their ox and make agriculture. And even though if we give them a good agricultural land, what they can do? Because they doesn't know what is agriculture. They have been trained by their parents. Purkhe, it is very wonderful word in Hindi for them. Purkhe. Ancestors. Their ancestor trained them. Don't harm forest. Don't harm lion. Don't harm elephant. Don't harm even snake. Learn out of disturbing them how to make your own life. How to make your own life? they have cows, but they never extract milk from cow. I tried to convince them, you take, it is 2 liter it's giving. Take 1 liter and you can give it us. They said, Kulpat Saab, ये दूध हमारे लिए नहीं है, उनके बछड़े के लिए है. नर्मदा मैया हमको क्षमा नहीं करेगी. The word uttered by the tribes. We can, so modern economy will say they are utter failure. But the ethos, morality, and the Indianness we can see here. The instances of loss of traditional occupations are much vulnerable among the denotified tribes. Yes, you are all from Maharashtra. Maharashtra, there were criminal tribes. Pardi is one among them. Pardi colonies are there nearby Pune. When the first independence movement when started 1875, English people imposed, declared many tribes as criminal tribes. I am one among them. I am a criminal tribe. So the criminal tribe people, they have made it, they appointed police party or Mamledar party, and these tribes every day morning should go and say to the police party, I am in my village. Evening again they should go, I am here in my village. If he wants to go somewhere to their relatives, he has to take a permission of a small chit. He is so and so, I am certified. He is so and so from our village. He is for 2 days, he is visiting some other village. This was the situation. So it was reverted after independence. It was notified as criminal tribes. They were notified as criminal tribes. After 1947, when we became free, we Indians forget to revert the law. After 4 years, somebody told the law minister that this should be withdrawn. It was denotified. So even today, many tribes in Maharashtra, they are DNTs. At the same time, in Maharashtra itself, there are semi-nomadic tribes and nomadic tribes. They never live in a single place. NEP, while discussing on tribal education, I narrated these stories. Many members said, it is possible in modern India, Kattimani. Yes, it is there. It is there. It is there. Thanks to the progressive Marathi society, moving schools the society has made. After a week, the nomadic tribes will move. The school also will move along with them. It's only possible in Maharashtra government. The tribal system of self-governance is one of the earliest approaches of democracy. The tribal communities of Munda and Oran of Chotanagpur have their own Gram Sabhas. Try to understand. Now we are talking about villagers' Gram Sabhas, even though we are unable to do it. In Karnataka, I live nearby Dharwad in a village on the way to Dandeli. It is comparatively good forest, and I live in a middle of the forest with 5 acres of my farmland. There is one small village nearby. They are trying to conduct elected sarpanch and gram panchayat members. It was not possible. Even today, it is not possible to conduct gram sabhas because there will be a fight always, party and fight always. But these gram sabhas were conducted thousands years before in tribal communities without any rift, without any fight. The gram sabhas are responsible for political as well as socio-cultural, economic affairs of the village. It is not only political, it is social also. It is cultural also. The leaders of the Gram Sabhas among Munda and Oran are divided into three categories. Among Mundas, the leader of the single village is known as Munda. The leader of the 5 to 6 villages called as Tolas. And the leader is called as Monkey. And the leader of 22 villages is known as Paraharaja. In the same manner, among Orans, the leader of the single village is known as Mahato. It is surname of many tribes in Jharkhand. The leader of 5 to 6 villages called as Diwan. And the leader of 22 villages known as Paraharaja. It symbolizes the fact that how systematically the groups are segregated as a form of intra-village and inter-village councils. The notable fact here is, though the posts are hereditary, but in case of inefficiency, they lose their power. Like, Hindu religion, Indradev will be there. If Indradev is good, capable, his position will be continued. If he is not good, his position will be given to somebody. It is there in our myths and Puranas. You know all these things. The notable fact here is that, okay, it is there. Another important factor that differs the Munda tribes from obligatory and fits them into the system of democracy is the fact that Munda leader is made through social support. The leader is the person for whom villagers felt attachment rather than fear, and basis of village governance was therefore communitarian rather than authoritarian. In our civil society, we are afraid of police, We are afraid of police, we are afraid of Pradhan, we are afraid of minister, we are afraid of collector. But in tribal communities, Pradhan is like mother. We can go at any time we can talk to him, anytime we can share the sorrow, share the jhagda, their fight, family fightings. Even we can share that my children are not looking after me. A old man will complain orally. He will not say, give it in writing. He will take action. The children will be called, summoned in the morning, and all sarpans, panchas will be collected, and first they will warn their children. Within a week, we will give you time. Within a week, you take care of your father and mother. Otherwise, the land given by your father, mother will be taken back. And that is final. No court, no police station, no revenue authority here. And after a week, again they will revive. A week, the family will be watch and ward without telling. After a week, there is no, if there is a something done, it's okay. Or otherwise, first thing is they will make social bahishkara of the children. It is the greatest punishment in tribal community. Nobody will talk to them. Nobody will give them water. The shopkeeper denied to give them ration, and they will not be allowed to visit village deities. And again they will meet. They will give them time. After 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, see the democracy. Again they will call. At least first they will call the son. Afterward they will call the bahu separately. Out of 2, somebody will be ready to take care of the parents. Again, the property will be given. This is the way of democracy in tribal societies. All these systems are a form of centralized government which the tribes used to practice since long. These councils also look after the community festivals. See, not only revenue, not only discipline, they will take care of community festivals. For tribes, festivals are more than anything. For Gond tribes, they will enjoy 1 month festival. Before Holi, 15 days. After Holi, 15 days. They will not go to work. What they will do? They will, late they will wake up because, whole night they will be singing, they will be drinking, they will be dancing. And afterwards, after something, they will not take breakfast in their home. They will take their drums and start singing, and straight away they will come to our home for breakfast. And after breakfast, 2 hours they will sit and sing and dance. Again, they will inform their home that we are coming for lunch to your home, and Sangit Seva. Again, up to evening, they will do that. Evening, they will be served with homemade liquor, and night also the same thing. Whole month, they will be enjoying Holi. Holi is the biggest festival for many tribes in India. The tribal system of self-governance. I hope time is almost
Yes.
come to an end. Here, I will take another, VC sir, I will take another 5 minutes. Is okay?
Sure, sir.
No
Sure.
issue.
This
No
is
issue.
interesting. I think we are hearing some of the stories for the first time.
No issue. You can-
It is, if I start talking about tribes, it is like Ramayana and Mahabharata. Rama, Sita is main, but Upa stories will come inside.
Right.
In tribes, the behavior of the community members is a public concern. A father or mother is the responsibility of the son or daughter until they are alive. This I already covered. The tribal way of self-governance is not only limited to cultural practices or behavior, it is visible in every sphere of their life. Customary laws are so hard and fast. Customary laws in tribal India are very hard and fast than our penal code. I try to convince many universities in India, private, public, and state government and central government, to start course on tribal customary laws. Finally, I was, I am successful. I started the customary law, a course in sociology department, and in Kalinga Institute of Social Science, KISS, in Odisha, Bhubaneswar. They started a course, a special course on tribal customary laws. Now we are trying to convince the Supreme Court that one should have a customary law bench for that, so we can slowly in law universities, law departments, one can study. We are studying Mohammedan law. We are studying another type of law, Christian law, and Hindu code bill, and that. This also, the number of tribes is 11 plus crores in India. We can work out and we can start. Even your university can work on customary laws of tribes of India. The tribal clan, then the owner sometimes also makes arrangements for marriage of their daughter to the worker. Marriage of tribal girls is a biggest story. Many stories I have seen, and even I have published, that the orphan girls, if anybody is there, immediately the village will adopt the girl. They will take care of her food, her protection, her dress, and all customs will be, done by the mothers of the villages, and marriages were performed by the whole village I mostly 5 or 6 such marriages I have attended in 6 years of my service in Madhya Pradesh. The tribes and their self-governance system is based on the concepts of love, care, respect, discipline, and cooperation. See, the customary laws of tribes, the concepts are based on love, care, respect, discipline, and cooperation. With these few words, I conclude here. Thank you very much for inviting me, and a great patient hearing from all of you. Thank you very much. If any queries or any corrections, if are there, the chairman, I request you to give another 5 minutes for discussion. Thank you.
Sure. In fact, it was a very interesting lecture. As I said, that we're not used to hearing these kind of stories and these kind of real life experiences which are there, and it comes like something like a very unusual thing. But probably you have experienced them, you have lived with them, and it is really a treasure for all of us that we are getting this first-hand information from you. So that was really interesting. Yes, if any people have the concerns, my only 1 or 2 points which before I leave it, I mean,
Yes.
so I mean, my 2 concerns are, so number 1, have we failed to recognize their contribution, their strengths, their way of life, way of governance? Have we failed to do that? And second thing is that, I mean, now we are talking of all these development and all the, I mean, standard of living which is there, and particularly development or standard of living from the point of view of education and health. So again, are they deprived of these fruits of development, if I may say?
Yes, yes. Sir, education of tribal people, it is, even today, it is a big problem. We are unable, the whole India is unable to solve, because we are debating on mother tongue education or English education or state language education. This is the biggest problem. With my little experience, I tried to convince NEP, and I tried to convince even in Maharashtra government, Odisha government, wherever I meet the decision maker, at least up to 7th standard, we should make textbooks in their own mother tongue. And the existing teachers of any community, any sex or any tribe should be given a proper training in the mother tongue. So a blended mode of languages, but textbooks in their mother tongue can help them to attract themselves towards education. Or otherwise, up to 4th standard, they will come for midday meal. Afterwards, after 4th standard, they will become 10 years old, 11 years old. They can climb the tree, they can go to collect the honey, they can swim, they can catch the fish lively. So the other attractions will be, they will be moving from other attractions out of classroom. The textbooks also, luckily I made some textbooks in Madhya Pradesh, thanks to the Chief Minister. Textbooks must be of their own content. Usually we will make syllabus on modern society. It's not possible to attract their attention towards education. They will be happy to talk about fish. They will be happy to talk about monkey. They will be happy to talk about boar. They will be happy to talk about elephant, snakes. You know, one friend, tribal friend was there in Amarkantak. He was 18 years old. I treated him as my friend. Whenever I go in forest, my vehicle will, VC vehicle will go to his home and he will come in the vehicle. If I stay 4 days, every day I will pay 1,000 rupees to him with food, shelter, everything. He will be talking about the number of varieties of snakes in the area. You know, he was knowing about the medicinal value of a plant, medicinal value of a leaves, medicinal value of a, you know, bark, roots, fruits. And he's more than a doctor. So the question is, if I say, because you are all learned people, education, we are talking about certificate. Education means we are talking about certificate with good English, good communication. But my mother, even your mother, was a great, you know, cook. She was a great host. She, according to me, she is a scientist. She is a scientist. But our modern education is not allowing to treat her to come and teach Indian culinary art. But a chance is given, she will be the better chef than any five-star chef, star chef. So we are in crossroads, sir. Tribes, you know, youth, tribal youth who have studied in your university and other university, they are attracted towards cities. They are telling, no, sir, why should we be there in forest? We should come to city and we should lead a happy life like you. But with my little experience, the economy, sociology, anthropology says that if tribes will come to Pune, tribes will come to Visakhapatnam, they will become laborers, daily wage laborers.
Very true.
So how to make it? How to make it? Because according to tribal skills, education means learning from hands, working from hands. That is education. I believe Gandhi, Bapuji might have taken his Nahi Talim from tribal ethos, because he talks about in 1930, head and hand should work together. English people or our society taught us, trained us to work with the help of head, and head should be always in a mode, you should work. This is the custom. Thank you.
Are the tribals are having any education system within their own areas wherever they are habited?
Not all, sir. Some tribes in northeastern states, they have very hard and fast system of education, even though they converted, but they have made intact their cultural roots. For example, Naga tribe, in Nagaland, 98% they are Nagas are Christians, but 7% they are tribes. Their cultural roots are very strong. Their education system is very strong. They have their own system. They train the children, they train the girls, they train the boys in their oral traditions, oral songs, even dance, even music. At the same time, modern education also they will give, even at home, even in community halls they give.
But they also having a religion system, anything like we are having Hindu, Christianity, Muslim. So any religion is followed in the tribals or all are equal?
No, even today, they might have converted to some other religions, but yet at heart, they are tribes even today.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Your question is, we can see in my place where I am sitting now, Andhra Pradesh. They are towards Christianity, and I'm trying to talk to them in Padero, in Sitampet, in Araku, where weekends usually Saturday I will go, Saturday I will spend, Monday morning I will come back. It is the only way to study tribes. So they are, they are in very fast mode to earn something, like you and me. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Any more questions?
Yes.
Sir,
Sir Yamini Agrawal mostly.
Yes.
sir, what's the legal status of decisions taken by tribal councils as on today?
Sir, once again.
What's the legal status of decisions taken by tribal councils as on today?
Yes. Now, some state governments have accorded legal status in Jharkhand, in Manipur, in Mizoram, in other northeastern states. Legal sanctity has been given. Even in Upper Assam, upper from Jorhat, Mission tribe is there. Most wisest tribe of one of the wisest tribes of India, Mission tribe. They have their own legal sanctity of their customary laws. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yes.
Somebody who's raised hand. Yeah. Dr. Roy, you can unmute him.
Right?
Yeah. Can I speak?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Good evening, sir. It was a wonderful discourse, sir. I was hearing you with rapt attention because Chota Nagpur Plateau itself, my father was in Indian Railway, so I did my 10th till in Chakradharpur, a small town near Jamshedpur. So I have a deep of the tribal community over there. My only question was like, Ajaz, you must have heard about like the Jarva community in Andaman Nicobar Island, So this Jarva tribal, they could sustain the tsunami, but they are not being able to sustain the development things happening over there or the tourist visiting over there, and the Jarva community is declining. So as an expert, how do you see this cultural defacement as well as the people in the name of development, actually some of the tribal communities declining? Thank you, sir.
Dr. Rai, you are right. And if you are from Jamshedpur, Tata, definitely you know better than me, better than many people about it is heartland of
Right.
and yes, about Jharvas, what you say is right. Always the problem with the understanding of tribal development, still we have to travel a long way to reach a conclusion about tribal development. I will give one example regarding how tribal development and the concept of development of tribes, the concept of tribal development according to us, how they differ, I will tell you. When Modi ji became Prime Minister, he has a big dream to make tribal development a big event, happening event. Then he made Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. And Madhya Pradesh CM is very active and down to earth. Even today he is CM. He made a vast project of Pakka houses to tribes who live in forest areas. They built good houses. Maybe in Achanak Mar forest area where I worked extensively, tribal reservoir it is, they built 500 houses. After 1 year also, only 5-6 houses were occupied. Rest, they never gone near to the house. Then the collectors of 4-5 districts came to me, VC Saab, what to do? I told them, and I showed them the letter which I wrote to CM much before, that the houses should be, before making the house, tribe should be consulted.
Yes.
They could not make it. Our engineers made a house for our satisfaction, for our luxuries. They said, sir, it is tribal area, it is forest area, tiger reservoir, tiger should not come inside, so we put small windows. Then I said, you stay, it is evening, stay within our house, guest house. Tomorrow I will call some Baiga tribe. I will discuss, we can just have. I called about 10 villagers, maybe 20 people, and we started talking. I know little Baigani, so I was very good with that Baiga leaders. They were listeners. Collectors were, 4 collectors were listeners. I asked them, अरे क्यों ये घर बनाया है, आप अंदर जाओ, क्यों नहीं जाते? तो उन्होंने कहा कि नहीं साहब, हम नहीं जा सकते. क्यों? अरे उसकी खिड़की, वो दरवाजा ठीक नहीं है, वो है ना. तो उन्होंने कहा नहीं, रात में जब हम सोते हैं, हमारे पितृ हमारे घर आते हैं. जब ये घर है ना, इनको देखकर वो वापस चले जाए. हमारी झोपड़ी है ना, उसका दरवाजा नहीं है, हमने बड़े बड़े खिड़कियां रखी है. तब वो आएंगे, हमको देखेंगे कि हाँ हमारे बच्चा ठीक है, हमारी बहू ठीक है, हमारे पोते ठीक है, पोती ठीक है, और चले जाएंगे. ये इनका घर हमारे पोतों को दूर रखा, इसलिए हम नहीं जाते. Accordingly, alterations were made. This is the difference between the concept of our development, the concept of their development. Thank you.
Yes, Professor Yamini Agarwal.
Thank you, sir. A very good evening to everyone. Sir, it was a pleasure and a privilege to hear you. I would like to understand that since you've so closely observed the tribals, what do you think should be the policy drivers to ensure that there is protection as well as conservation of these tribes, together with ensuring that their livelihoods are sustainable? Because what is happening is, as you mentioned in your address also, that a lot of poverty, malnourishment, let's say, despite their own education system, they're unable to let's say lead a very fulfilling life, though it's good, but let's say protecting and sustaining their livelihood. So what, in your opinion, should the government or the state governments or people near their communities should do to protect them in a sustainable manner?
It's a big question and an important question. We policymakers have to understand the beliefs of tribal society. Accordingly, we have to modify our projects and plans, including education. And we have to take them into confidence. ये हम अपने पैसा खर्च करने के लिए नहीं, आपकी भलाई के लिए कर रहे हैं. We have to convince. And particularly, I am in the opinion of the modern quality education should be given to tribes. For what? To research on their medicinal practices, to research on their psyche, why they are so happy, to research on their weaving capacity, art weaving capacity, how they are making dress. We should give projects them to make their dance, music, culture, art, even paintings, tribal painting, there are at least 12 tribes are there. They are on, French, they are more than French painters. Janagada Singh Sham, there was one painter in Patanagarh, near Dindori in Madhya Pradesh. He was taken, actually young boy, when he was young boy, he was making paintings in his whole village on some others' walls. So, Bharat Bhavan of Bhopal, they have seen and taken him to Bharat Bhavan. I hope you all might have seen Bharat Bhavan, or please go and visit. So they created one tribal corner to make tribal paintings. He made wonders. Then he was trained by other Japanese painters, French painters, and he's wonderful. He traveled the whole world for paintings. He was asked to talk on paintings. When he was asked to talk on painting, he was unable to talk in English, but when asked to talk on paintings, he used to draw paintings. Unfortunately, he was killed in Japan. So, see, their paintings, Amarakantak, I have made murals, wall paintings. Here also, I caught them and made this thing. They may be 10 painters, the best painters are in touch with me. Whenever I see, even I request the Honorable Vice Chancellor, call a painter, ask them to paint your walls of your university. They are not so costly. They charge 700 rupees a daily. That's it. So their treasure are totally different from the treasures of you and me. That we have to accept. Their treasure is endless treasure. Our treasure, in a single stroke of pen of finance minister, our treasure will become quite big.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Very wonderful oration it is actually. It is not simply telling what of thanks or thanks will not suffice. It needs much more. Anyway, as a customary, I request.
And it was from the heart.
Yes.
It was not just about something that, a presentation or something. It was all from the heart. It was from the real life experiences. And I think we really enjoyed it. And it gave us different, insights into a different world, probably which we would never have known otherwise.
Actually, it is really wonderful one, because many things what we could we were not knowing, we were able to get it know. And not only that, this makes them what you call a sensitized to learn more, because they are not only that simply listening and then to passing away. And the way in which you presented, it makes us, yes, we should also learn. We should learn much more on this. We should pursue the reading of this. So such a motivation speech is really a great one. We are really thankful to you, sir. Go to the anchor.
Thank you.
Anchor, please.
Coming to the end of the lecture, I would like to propose a vote of thanks. On behalf of Bharati Vidyapeeth, Deemed to be University, Pune, we express our sincere thanks to Professor Kattimani for accepting our invitation and delivering a very knowledgeable and a very unique lecture today Sir, you have given us very different perspective of life through the tribal life and the way they lead their life. We also express our gratitude to the University Grants Commission for giving us the opportunity to host this lecture. We would also like to thank our pillars, Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Shivaji Rao Kadam Sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Vivek Saujji Sir, Honorable Secretary, Dr. Vishwajit Kadam Sir, and Registrar G. Jayakumar Sir. We also would like to thank all directors and principals, staff members, and other guests for attending this lecture. Not the last, we would like to thank our organizing team. Thank you one and all. We announce that the lecture is over.
Thank you.
once again.
Thank you. Jai Hind. Jai Hind. Pranam.
Thank you.